Hey guys, I'm Vlad with the Verge here at IFA 2015, and as you can see we're just outside Sony's booth, and the thing I hold in my hand is the new Xperia Z5, the brand new smartphone that the company's introduced, and it's part of a family. There's the usual Xperia Z5 Compact. It's a 4.6-inch display. Let's say the standard Z5 is 5.2 inches, and then there's a brand new Xperia Z5 Premium, which is a 5.5-inch 4K display. Sony's calling this a super flagship, whatever that means. And I really have no idea why it has a 4K display. I see 5.5-inch phones with 1080p displays and they're perfectly fine. But you know, more pixels, more power to Sony, I guess. And there is one other feature about this phone which you will find pretty cool, which is if you turn it around, this is a Chrome version, which means that Sony has literally put a mirror on the back of this phone. Again, why you put a mirror or a 4K display on the phone, I don't know. You have to ask Sony about that. This is it. It's the Xperia Z5 Premium. You'll notice on the side, this thing has a fingerprint sensor on the power button, which is also true of standard and compact Z5. The specs are pretty much universal with all of these. They're Snapdragon 810 processors, 3 GB of RAM in the Premium and the standard. You know, I really think people are going to start calling the Z5 standard after I've done it so many times. But yeah, same processor, same 23 megapixel camera, this brand new sensor, first new sensor in the Xperia series. You know, we're at the Z5 level, and finally Sony has chosen to upgrade the sensor, go with the 23 megapixel one. It says it's the best mobile camera it's ever made. I would love that to be the case. I have to try it out for myself. And the fingerprint sensor though, I want to get back to that because it works really well. It works surprisingly well, in fact. It's just so smooth and quick. And I'm a fan of having it on the side as well. So it just unlocks your phone so quickly. You don't need to reach down for a home button and go up. It just makes a ton of sense to me. Also, the design of these phones, again, sit inside the Chrome one, which is just outlandish. They have these matte finishes on the back, or singular matte finish on the back. And these colors, you've got this gold and this gray, silverish one. I'm a huge fan of them, I have to say. And I've always been a huge fan of the compact, and that's still the case. I love the size of this. It really feels like a phone for a human being rather than, you know, an NBA player or whatever. But we'll set that aside for a moment and just take a closer look at the Z5 itself. The changes from the Z3 series are that it's more angular. It has a more defined edge all around the sides. It's more of a rectangle, it's blockier. And you know, I can understand why Sony did that, because with the Z3, it really smoothed out the corners and curved everything, and made for slightly slippier grip. So now you feel more of an edge right around the back there. It's not an uncomfortable thing. It kind of protrudes a little bit. The side kind of protrudes from the back, but it's not an uncomfortable feeling. It's kind of reassuring, honestly. And I feel like the weight of these phones is also really good. I don't feel like the Premium is too heavy. I don't feel like the Compact is too light. They just kind of feel right. So Sony has done what Sony usually does, is keep the Xperia series pretty much consistent all across generations, but it's made a few tweaks, and I think they're for the better. Also worth noticing, the micro USB port is waterproof. The headphone jack is also waterproof. The entire thing is waterproof, but they don't need that silly cap that Sony used to have in previous generations. So I'm a big fan of that. Small little tweak, but makes a difference. So to be honest, I find these exciting. I find these interesting. It was kind of an underwhelming presentation from Sony today. It didn't have all that many surprises, mostly because these phones leaked. But seeing them in person, you know, set aside the 4K resolution in the Premium, the clarity, the contrast, and just the quality of these displays has impressed me. And you know, I'm excited to see and to spend more time with these, particularly with that new camera. If Sony lives up to its promise, with the Z5 camera being amazing, particularly with the compact, I mean, a phone of this size having an awesome 23 megapixel camera is something I've dreamed of for a long time. And let's not forget, Sony promises 2 days of battery life out of all these phones, and it's usually lived up to that in its previous generations. So, like I say, there's a lot to live up to with these phones, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of them.